In this video, I'll use NetLogo to demonstrate how to look at the patterns of how people cluster together in social settings. The model we are going to use is called Party. To access the model, we go to File, Models Library. Our model is under the folder Social Science. And we select our model, which is called Party. This is a model of a cocktail party. The men and the women at the party form groups. A partygoer becomes uncomfortable and switches group if their current group has too many members of the opposite sex. What type of group result? Let's open our model. To set up the model, we first need to decide the number of the people in the party. I'm using the default number 70. That means we have 70 people in the party. We then need to decide the number of groups, how many groups of people you want to have in your party. Again, I use the default number 10. You can use the sliding scale here to change the number of groups and also the number of people in the party. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 groups in the party. The number you see here is the group size. 8 means this group, the first group, has 8 people. Blue color means men partygoers and pink color means women partygoers. In the first group, half of them are men and half of them are women. In the third group, we have 10 people. And this group has 6 people, 5 men and 1 woman. The white colors of these numbers means this group has both men and women. The gray color means in this group, we only have one sex. For example, here we only have male partygoers. We then look at tolerance. This is the key of the model. Tolerance is defined as the percentage of people of the opposite sex an individual is comfortable with. For example, the tolerance level is 25%. And I am one of the partygoers here. For example, I happen to be in this group. Because the tolerance level is 25%, I feel comfortable if the percentage of men in my group does not exceed 25%. If I am in this group, obviously I don't feel comfortable because a majority of the people in my group are men. This exceeds my 25% tolerance level. So I'll move to another group, for example, this group, and I will feel comfortable because this group will have 9 people with me joining the group, and I will be in the majority, and we only have 2 male in the group, and I will feel comfortable staying in this group. This is the definition of the tolerance level. Number happy means the number of the people who are happy. I think the accurate wording would be comfortable. The composition of the group doesn't exceed their tolerance level, so they feel comfortable with staying in the same group. Right now, we have 17 people who are comfortable with staying in the same group. If we click go once, the people who are not comfortable, they'll move to another group. Now let's observe how the group composition will change after we click go once. All of a sudden, this group has 16 people. Now we have 2 groups that have single sex group. There are a group here and a group here. And the rest of the 8 groups have both sexes. Let's click again and see how the group composition will continue to change. Now we have 27 people who are comfortable with staying in the same group. That means the group composition doesn't exceed their tolerance level. And we have 1 group that has 0 group members. Let's click go here and see how the group composition will continue to change. Now the model stopped running. Everybody is comfortable with staying in the group. But let's look at the number of single-sex groups. What just happened? If you remember at the beginning, as we start running the model, we have one single-sex group. But here, everybody is comfortable with staying in the group, and see what happened. In all groups, we only have one sex. Over time, as long as the tolerance level is 25%, once people in the opposite sex exceeds my tolerance level, I'll move to another group, and I'll do it until I feel happy. Then we see people segregate themselves by sex. Tolerance level 25% means that you are in a minority. Here, by minority, I only mean minority by number, relatively speaking. Now, let's look at what happens if we move the tolerance level by 51%. That means I'm comfortable staying in my group as long as the people in the opposite sex in my group does not exceed 51%. Let's run the model. Set up and go. The model just stopped running. We have everybody in the group who is happy. Again, we have every single group segregated by sex. After we increase the tolerance level from 25% to 51%, so people are more tolerable to the sex differences in the group. And it takes much longer time for the group members to segregate themselves by sex. My question to you all is that, is there a tolerance level can prevent people to segregate themselves by sex? Now here we're talking about sex. What about we use different colors to represent personality traits or religion or race? Will we have similar results? And you can run the model on your own and think about what are the mechanisms that people segregate themselves, and what is the role of the tolerance level here in the process of people segregate themselves into different groups.